Hey yo, what is going on, guys? This is Klutch once again, and welcome to the first episode of my Southampton career mode on world class difficulty, as you can see from the settings I have there. And I am Rick James, bitch. Some of you might not get that reference, but some of you might, and if you don't, you're probably thinking I'm a crazy motherfucker, which is true in part. Actually, no, it's entirely true. But anyways, onto the Southampton career mode. I asked you the other day whether you want me to do it with Southampton and to do a financial takeover, and you said yes, so that's exactly what I'm doing. But as you can see, first things first, the board want me to reach the last 16 of the cup and also want me to qualify for the Euro League through the league. They said that I can do that by well, through a cup competition, but that may not guarantee my safety for my job if I do that. But first things first, I went to my squad to kind of identify the areas that I needed to improve on, and my wings, my defense and my strike force were really what I wanted to improve on, so basically everywhere. So today's episode, we have a lot to get through, so some of the clips may go through pretty damn fast. And Wanyama, look at that strength, 90 strength. He's the big black beast. He's the BBB. That's officially his name of the series, the BBB. He has to be in the team. I don't know why he's on the bench. Well, actually no, he was in the reserves. I have no idea why he was there. Osvaldo as well, he needs to get on the bench. Wanyama and Osvaldo are two new players to this team. So when I got into my first match, I realized, holy shit, there's a lot of new players. Practically my full team were new players. But after I'd identified my areas I needed to improve, I went out and started inquiring about all the players that I wanted to. Well, all the players that I wanted as targets. So I wasn't going to show you every single one because I literally did that for the max amount of players I could, and I didn't realize it was a max until I hit it. But next thing I had to do was go and hire a new scout, because my scouts were like 3 stars maximum. So I went to go and get a 4-star scout, and then I saw another one and I was like, I'm gonna wait till I get a 5-star. I don't want 2 4 stars and waste my money when I could spend that on some players. So first club that got back to me was PSV about Bakali, and they said they wanted a bid in the region of 6 million, and me, I'm not ever willing to pay what they offered me first time. I'm always going to undercut them and see what I can get away with, throw in a few cheeky bids and try and get players for a bargain. So instead of 6 million, I was like, you know what, you can have 4.5. He's a young talent, I know that, but I'm not paying 6 million for him. And Anthony Marshall, I inquired about him, but he just recently joined Monaco, so unfortunately they weren't really willing to sell him. So I offered a loan move with like a future free, and I was hoping that they'd get that. But next person was Papadopoulos, Big Papa D. They wanted 14 mil for him, but I was like, nah, you can have 9. I'm not paying the full fee. But that's what I'm going to be doing with all these players basically. Next player we had was Adrian from Flamengo. They wanted 1.6 million for him, and I was like, nope, 1 mil. I'm gonna undercut you all the time. Nathan Chaloba, who plays for Notts Forest. I thought he played for Chelsea. They wanted 3.7 mil, and I offered 2.5. Once again, trying to get some cheeky deals, trying to get players as cheap as possible, because you never know how much money I'll need, even though I've got like 58 mil. So once again, for Nostalgic, they wanted 10 mil, but I'm gonna offer Man City 8 because I felt confident about that, because he's a sporadic first team player, so maybe he's a bit unsettled, and maybe he'll actually they'll want to sell him for that. But Schalke come back to me and say 9 mil isn't enough, so 11.5 mil, which is I'm happy to do that, because they said 14 million in the start, so I was like, okay, fair enough, I'll offer you around 11, still undercut you a little bit, but get a bit close to what you want. But PSV weren't happy with my 4.5 million bid for Bakali, so I was like, okay, I'll offer you 5.5, and I'll give you Billy Sharp as well, because he's worth 1.6 and I have no intentions of using him. I was going to sell him anyway, so why not try and offload him and get a new player at the same time? But Man City come back to me and they accept my 8 mil offer for Nastasic. So I was really happy with that. So now it just came down to contract talks. And Nastasic, I don't really have many centre backs that are young and that I'm gonna keep in the squad. So I was like, fuck it, I'll offer you a first team role. So back to Notts Forest, Chilova, they were like, nah, we want 2.8 mil. So I decided to bump it up to around 2.7, see if they would accept the slightly reduced offer, or whether they'd remain firm and just stick with it and say, nah, you need to buy him for 2.8. If they said 2.8, then fair enough, I'd come back and actually give it to him. But Adrian, I needed to bid a bit higher for him. They didn't want 1 mil, so I bid 1.6, hoping for the best. And FC Schalke accept my 11 mil offer for Kyriakos Oh my lord, this is going to be a struggle pronouncing his name. I'm just going to call him Papa D. But yeah, they accepted my 11 mil bid, so it was just down to contract talks, which I was happy with, because I got 3 million off the first price that they offered. And as I said, Notts Forest, they weren't budging, so I was like, fuck it, you can have your extra 100k for Nathan Chilova, because I need 2 defensive mids. I really wanted Melanda, but Melanda just transferred to a club, so I couldn't get him. And as you can see, I was offering for Dragovic from Bayern as well. And also, this may be a shock move. I went for Aaron Cresswell, but I've used him before. And last year, I did a Southampton career mode, and quite a few of these players I used. So that's why I know Cresswell won't grow the highest, but it'll be a decent squad rotation player. One last thing, also guys, what the hell do you do if you can't find a player on the transfer market? Because I'm looking for Paredes from Boca Juniors, but he won't show up. But yeah, that's the end of today's episode. If you know the answer to my problem, then let me know in the comments below. But until next time, it has been Klutch. Peace!